And good morning, good morning. Hi, everyone. Say hi to Rob as he comes out the door.
Good morning, all. Out to do my chores.
He's going out to do some chores.
See you all later.
And I am here in the garage. I'm not in the closet. I pulled this car out so he could not make such noise going. But yeah, my father's still sleeping. So I did not want to go live in the house, and I didn't really feel like going in the closet. It's a little warm out here. It's already, there's no temperature on my laptop. Why? It's already 87 degrees with the heat advisory. So, okay. No, Cindy, did you send me a message, sweetheart? Did I miss it? I just had a missed call. Looks like it was probably spam because it goes right to voicemail usually when it's spam. Where'd you send it, sweetheart? Let me know. Good morning. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Junebug. Sewing me an all leather purse while listening. All right, awesome. So shout out to Junebug. She made Rob and I. We wore these on the 4th of July, and mine has to be washed already. But shout out to Junebug for a beautiful job on the shirts. Thank you, thank you. And of course, always shout out to Pam for the logos. Leaving the zoo, aka Myrtle Beach, on the road. Oh, Gayleen, I'm so sorry we didn't get to hook up this time around, but hopefully maybe you'll come to Charleston, or next time you come to Myrtle, I'll make arrangements to see you guys. I hope you had a much needed vacation, rest, time with family, and listen while you drive. My internet light is on. Am I fuzzy was a bear? Let me know. Maybe it's because I'm outside and I'm not near the router, but the router's only right here in the kitchen. That's weird if it's not showing. Let me know. Anyway, Cindy, where did you send that message? Let me go take a quick peek. I didn't see it, but sometimes that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes T is just blank. T also probably has too many email addresses, which doesn't hurt either. Hi, Adam. How are you, sweetheart? Good to see you. Cindy, I don't see it. I'm looking back now as far as June 26th. If you sent it to T Auctions for You. If you sent it to My Grapevine for You, let me take a look at that. Most people from here send T Auctions for You, but let me see. Did you? Let me look back. No, I'm also back to June 26th on this, and I don't see it at all. Hope you had a profitable ice cream week. I did, Adam. So, Gayleen, I did. So, we had our best day ever, 4th of July. We have one community that's really loving us, really supporting us. We hang out now at the pool anywhere from an hour to 2.5 hours. Hi, Jenny. Tea Auctions for You. Let me double check, Cindy. Got it. Sorry, Cindy. I don't know how I missed it, but I will read it when we're off. Hi, Ashley. How are you? I will definitely. I ate some ice cream and salad there. Ice cream, but that's still good. I'm actually down another pound this week, which is good. Not losing it as quickly as I did the first time. And I don't know if it's just, I can't explain what it is. Am I eating too much, eating not enough? Sometimes you don't eat it. The volume came on in here. Let me mute this. That was weird. Anyway, so let me know, guys, if anybody, yes, I got it, Cindy. Sorry. I don't know if I'm eating too much, not enough, not doing something right, not doing, maybe I'm more, maybe I better take dairy completely out. I really am not sure because I do drink a lot of coffee also, and I use heavy cream. So I don't know, maybe that is just too much coffee, too much heavy cream. I don't know. Maybe the cheese on my burgers. That's really the only cheese that I'm doing. And sometimes bacon, butter, beef, and eggs is the way to go, especially to kind of kickstart. And I really haven't been exclusive to that. So I don't know. Anyway, I was going to put a poll up in the comments section today because I am, as you guys know, I am switching it up. And I don't know, I am fuzzy. I'm sorry. Now my internet light is off, so I hope it got better because I am out in the garage and I don't know if that's affecting because I'm not in the house. My dad may peek his head out because he'll get up and he'll wonder where everybody is. But I will tell him that I'm live. But I'm wondering, oh yeah, there goes my internet light again. I don't know. And it could just be a freaky thing too. I could put my hotspot on my phone. Maybe see that. Let me see if that does the trick. That's possible too. If the internet light's going to stay on. If it gets really bad, let me know. I'll put my hotspot on. If it does, yeah, on and off. And I see the internet light went off now. Jeebus is a font of information on the carnivore diet. I would ask him. He's offered us help to everyone. I didn't even know Jeebus was doing carnivore. Wow. I kind of find I kind of follow like Dr. Berg and the beef butter gal, bacon and butter gal. I don't know. I forget her actual thing. And then some other people along the way. Although I haven't watched a few things, I used to actually be part of Dr. Berg's Patreon group way back when too. And then I just found that I just couldn't get in there, and it costs money, and all these things. We spoke about this before, right? Subscriptions. He's lost a lot of weight on it. I didn't 100 pounds in a year. Okay. Yeah. And that's the other thing too. Like I would have to look over the year once I get to a year, how much really truly I lost. It really isn't good to lose it quickly because you do tend to put it back on faster. So sometimes slow and steady is better. I just feel like it's awful slow and steady for me right now, but I'm not cheating. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did have a cocktail 4 nights ago, just one. And you know what? I can't even handle it anymore. It's just like, I don't even like it anymore, which is a good thing because I'm totally off of sugar. I'm totally off of any kind of carbs, bread, any of that stuff. It's really, truly just meat. And again, a little bit of dairy. And maybe I got to cut the dairy out for right now. I don't know. But I was going to put a poll up, guys, for today. About the channel, about if you guys, the choice was going to be what you, hi Nancy, good morning, sweetheart, about if you guys prefer the listing parties, the coffee with tea, the murder mysteries, the scratcher videos, the shorts of random stuff, it doesn't let you give a lot of choices. I only can do 4, and I feel like I want to do more than 4. So if you're so bold, and I don't care either way, because I've lost a lot of subscribers, and that's probably because I'm not doing auctions anymore. And to be honest with you, you guys can see behind me, these are still all my eBay bins over there. And on this side is still all my listed railroad magazines and some hats and some more clothes and some electronics. Like the whole garage is still filled with all eBay stuff. And those filing cabinets have maps and menus and all kinds of ephemera in them, including I do have one bin of that stuff underneath here and one in the other file cabinet in the kitchen. Well, not the kitchen, really, the back room where the table is. But unless I'm going to auction this stuff off, let's auction those bins. I know we should. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Listing party for sure. Okay. All right. Okay. So we are going to do, I just didn't do it this Thursday just because it was 4th of July, guys. And to be honest with you, it was the best day we had out on the road. And we spent 2.5 hours at our pool, plus driving around the community. And then we went to the beginning of a fireworks show in another community. We didn't actually drive into the community. I did speak to the community in the morning and asked them if they would mind if we came to the show. And he said, unfortunately, he had an ice cream sandwich vendor and a lemonade stand coming in, and he would not feel comfortable with having us as well. So that's fine. I get it. People book these things well in advance, and we were kind of late to the party. No pun intended. And then we had asked about the fireworks show tonight at the YMCA, which is right across the street. I'm a little annoyed at that woman because, to be honest with you, she had put out there in one of the food truck groups that she wanted more sweet vendors. And I put a thing up there and I said that I would be available and able. And she said, well, form. And I filled out a form, and then I heard nothing. I didn't want to be a pest, but I was. 3 times I messaged her, and the first time, no response. The second time, no response. The third time, okay, let me check it out. And then like another day went by, and it was Monday this past week. And I have to order ice cream on Mondays for the entire week. Otherwise, I'm SOL. So I messaged her again and I said, I appreciate you. Hopefully I'm approved. Please get back to me. I do have to order extra inventory this week if we're going to participate. Well, she didn't answer me. Tuesday, she finally answered me. Oh, I didn't know it was ice cream. We already have enough of those. Now, good and bad, because I didn't order, although I should have ordered more ice cream. We are literally out of like 9 or 10 different things. But I feel like she really just like appeased me the whole way, because she knew from day one, I gave her a whole explanation of what it was and what we did. And I don't know. So what we're going to do is, because it's directly across the street, I'm going to park in the street or on the sidewalk or on the grass or somewhere right outside of the event and sell to people before they go in. Nobody can stop me. I'm on a public road, and it's an awesome fireworks show. Again, we could probably stay here and watch it from the house, but I can't just randomly go in the community without permission. I tried that the other day too, and that was not, eligible. So whatever. At the end of the day, it's, it is what it is. But all right, I see some of you putting in the chat. Yes, listing party for sure. Coffee and chat, listing party. Okay. So June still wants us to auction the bins. Not doing that, June, right now. You trying to make some enemies? No, I'm not trying to make enemies, but just whatever. It's just, some people just don't mind their own business either. It's amazing. But anyway. And, there's that. There's, well, I'm not going to get into it right now. There's some other things that just don't sit well with me right now, but I know you're joking. At the end of the day, there's just people that really truly don't mind their own business. I don't know if it's chill, whatever it is. It's amazing. Uh-oh. Yeah, I see my internet. All right, I'm going to put my hotspot on. I think that'll help. Let me just do that. Hold on one second. Let me go to settings because I do see my internet light not going anywhere. And I probably am fuzzy. Yes, probably Jenny for sure. 100%. 100%. All right, let me do this. It's funny though. This has all bars. All right, let me see if this makes it better. You guys tell. All right, it's connected. I think she was putting. Oh, I do too, June. I froze. Okay. All right. Let me know if that's better. I put my hotspot on. Thank you, guys. Good morning. Thank you, everyone, for coming in. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Awesome. All right. Let me know if this is better. I did put my hotspot on. I think it connected. I think we're all good. But if it's not, I'm back. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to leave my hotspot on. For some reason, my internet service. I'm not even that far from my router. I don't know why. But at the end, yep, better. Okay, good. All right. Anyway, how was your sales this week, everyone? Rob again is always doing better than me, and it's probably again because I'm not doing a lot. I'm trickling in. I did not have the listing party this week just because of 4th of July, but anybody else torn between listing and cleaning? Ugh. Well, let me tell you, Jen, I don't know if for anybody else, I laugh sometimes at summer slowdown because I really never know when it starts and when it ends. People just always seem to use that as an excuse. And I feel if we're listing, we're listing. And if things are going well, they're going well. Last few days have been terrible for sales. I had a big sale and a few smalls. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. 5 for the week, but the store was on vacation. All right. But you allowed sales. See, I like that, Gayleen. I like when you can put your store on vacation, but still allow sales. I wasn't able to do that when we moved just because it was greater than 10 days that I was going to do it and they wouldn't allow that. This week, online sales have been greatly improved for me. Oh, awesome, Adam. That's great to hear. Yeah, see, I don't know if I'm a firm believer in the summer slowdown, this and that. I will tell you, does it get slower? 100%. We know it does. People go on vacation. I mean, this was a vacation week, right? This week, a lot of people, good morning, Glenn. How are you, honey? Good morning. This week, a lot of people might have went on vacation, might have done special things with family and friends. Some people just do it for the 1 or 2 days. Some people had a long weekend, potentially had Friday off. So they had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Maybe they did things, maybe they didn't. I know our mechanic had vacation this week, but he said he was doing a staycation with his kids. As a matter of fact, he's going to be our very first ice cream truck party, hopefully for his daughter who's having a birthday party in August, because we are putting it out there that we will do ice cream truck parties for anybody, block parties, things like that. I usually don't have a big summer slowdown. Sales are up and down all the time, Jenny. All right, good, good. Good to hear. All right. Yeah, I don't know. I feel it depends on if you're nichey, what your niche is. If you're all over the place and have different things, like we have clothes and books and ephemera and magazines and collectibles and just different things, high-end stuff, low-end stuff, bread and butter stuff, I don't know that summer slowdown affects me in the least. I mean, does it pick up as the fall closes in? And with the close, we get more, Levi's and new with tags and things like that for back to school. Yes, we do. Did that really mean that there was summer slowdown? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Will you do one for my anniversary on the 18th, July 18th? That's right, Junebug. Yes, I will. I'm sorry if you and James have plans. But does that mean mine is on a? No, mine's not on a. Mine is on the 29th. What day of the week is that? A Monday. Okay, so it's good. Hi, Gloria. How are you? How are you, sweetheart? We were just talking about summer slowdown and if you feel your store is affected by it or not. I don't know. I don't know if I don't think mine is affected that much. It does give us time to change things. Oh, ice cream party. No, Junebug. No. You can't do ice cream. Although somebody did ask us for sugar-free ice cream this week, so we'll have to look at. My sales are terrible. I mean, terrible. Really, Gloria? Gloria, are you doing all the things you need to be doing? End listings, sell similar every 60 to 90 days if possible. But if you've never done that, my suggestion is to start a year back, right? If you still have things listed from a year ago. Rachel, good morning, Real Beauty. How are you, sweetheart? Good to see you. If you still have stuff that is listed from a year ago or longer, you have to end listings and sell similar. You cannot leave listings up to get stale like that. It's just the algorithm BS. My sales were awesome last weekend, but most of the week has been slow. All right. Yeah, this week is understandable. This week is completely understandable because at the end of the day, it was a holiday week. I just don't feel, I believe truly in the true all summer it's bad. I just don't. Not unless you're selling like, summer floats or something where they've bought them already, or bathing suits. And I still sell that stuff. I mean, I got a pair of shorts go out of here the other day, and I just actually sent a couple of offers on a pair of shorts, hoping to get some sales. I've done my first couple of whatnots. I know. I was in there the other night. I couldn't believe you popped up on it, Rachel. I did do that about a year ago. Great idea, Tia. Work on that this weekend or come into the listing party Thursday night, 7 p.m. You guys don't have to list on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, or whatever. You could do housekeeping in the platforms, Jenny, not regular housekeeping. And I agree, Tia, about summer. Yeah. I think it's an excuse. Let's face it. Let's think about this, right? People talk about summer slowdown. Do you slow down in the summer? Had some good sales and I am back on YouTube today. Awesome. All right. So there's another selling channel. Rachel hasn't gone away from YouTube auctions. She's still doing some auctions, although some little birdie, Rachel, just so you know, told me you weren't doing auctions anymore. Not going to call that person out, but I was in there live one morning and they said, oh, Rachel isn't doing auctions anymore. Just saying. Anyway, I guess you are. And I've been watching. Rachel's been doing some other stuff. She actually did some makeup and hair on a movie set in Maine, which looks really good. Go and follow her over here on YouTube. But guys, come into the listing party and we talk all things eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and such in there. I took a break. Yes, I took a break. I had something to revamp. Okay. All right. Awesome. So, I mean, I'm taking a break from YouTube auctions. I'm just doing other stuff on YouTube, including still sticking to my coffee. I just moved it. I was doing coffee with tea or coffee and tea. I don't know. I keep changing the name. Coffee and tea, coffee with tea. What do you guys think it should be? Coffee and tea or coffee with tea? Perfect, Jenny, right? Exactly. If you keep working most days, your sales shouldn't slow down a huge amount. And that's also why I think sometimes there's summer slowdown. Let's think about it. Even the big guys, they do videos going to garage sales, going to estate sales to do some of that stuff way back in the day. I haven't done a lot of that. I do have to get back to that, but the ice cream truck now with the summer is taking up my time. So there's a perfect example. Haven't listed a lot on eBay other than when we go live, coffee with tea, says Swamp. All right. When I've gone live on Thursdays with you guys, I do try to at least put stuff in draft, if not listed, because sometimes I don't take the pictures because I'm in the closet. So the eBay thing, I told my son your advice. He did 5 days in a row. He had at least 5 sales a day since, right? So again, you guys can buy into this BS about summer slowdown, but it's you who might be slowing down. You might be doing yard sales and you might be think you're buying merchandise and that's being active, but you're creating that death pile that we talk about. And trust me, I have a big death pile over here. All these bins and boxes, including 2 in the house and 2 in the closet where I go. I have a death pile just like everybody else. So in order to avoid that, you need to be listing on a regular basis. If you want sales every day, you need to list every day. And I don't care if anybody wants to argue with me, you will eventually, I won't say it will happen immediately, you will eventually start to see your sales climb and change. But then some of you get on that gung-ho, 5, 10, 15, 20 items I'm going to list today, and then you disappear for 2 weeks. eBay doesn't like that. They don't like when you're not consistent. So one of the things that we talk about is saving items in draft, saving items in scheduled, and listing them periodically. Listen, if you can't list every day, don't be unrealistic in scheduling things every day, because at some point you're going to run out of that stuff and you will have not listed for a week or 2. And the algorithm will stop. Now with the shipping increase, I am debating about changing to buyer gets the discount. Has anyone else changed? I agree with listing every day. It does work for you, right, Nancy? And again, if you can't do every day, listen, life gets in the way for all of us. I started doing what you said about drafts. Yes. And what you can do also, Gloria, so you know, so if you still have listings up from a year or 2 ago, I would end all those listings. Seriously, end them all. Just end them. And then if you can be organized, some of you can be organized, some of you can't. So if you end them, make sure you have nothing ended that you need to purge or get rid of or list or change. Sometimes double check and see what's in there, because this is how, and a lot of you can relate to this too. Sometimes things get relisted and you don't have the item. Robbie is about to fall. It's really sad. Robbie is about to fall to below average. Robbie does nothing wrong, but we've had 5 things in the last year that we couldn't find. And when you cancel an order, eBay says that they give you a ding, right? So they put you in instead of a top rated, they drop you to an average, and then they drop you to a below average. So July 17th, I think one of them will fall off after a year and we'll be okay. But I think our rating is July 20th. So I don't know what's going to happen, the change, if he's going to make it or not make it. Of course, if he has more sales or more feedback before then, it won't happen probably. It all has to do with the volume that you're selling and the feedback that you get based on I'm above average, right? So there's top rated seller, there's above average, and then you go to below average. I don't think there is even an average. And again, that being said, that will affect, that's what I'm just saying, that can affect that as well, because if you're not selling a lot, then the faster you will fall into those categories. So the more you list, the more you sell. I believe in that more than I believe in summer slowdown. But consistent. Do not do 20 listings in a day and walk away for a week. If you have to walk away for a week, put those 20 listings in draft and schedule 5 of those or 4 of those to go off over the next 5 days. You can take a day off, a day break here and there. When I go to check things in my inventory, there are always things that are no longer listed. Yes. So Robbie and I usually do inventory this time of year, and we haven't since we moved. So I know for a fact there's probably stuff listed and that we don't have. I've had Pam call me out. I've had Junebug call me out. And you know why? Because they have my merchandise that I sold in bulk to them. And some of the stuff I just forgot to take down. So there is some stuff listed on my store that I don't have. So I have to get around to doing inventory. Junebug, yes, I agree. Missing listings. So that is another thing. It's very hard to do inventory and get it completed over a 30-day or a 60-day cycle when you have a lot. I start my day doing sell similar on 3 stores, then do new listings in each store, and then do more sell similar in the afternoon. So you're really active, Cindy. Yeah, it's tough to get it done. So tell me, Cindy, I'd be curious, number one, if you don't mind sharing, would you tell us how many listings that you have in your store, number one, and how many listings a week you're selling? Just give us an idea, because if anybody else wants to share that, just tell us how many listings you're listing a week and how many items you're selling a week. It doesn't even have to be daily, because I don't even go by daily, because there's some days Robbie will sell 4 items and then he'll go 4 days without selling it. And I would just say he sells 4 a week as opposed to. So I sold items and cleaned my eBay, removing items, and somehow eBay relisted them. So you have to really look at it. Yes. Rachel, I don't know if it's something we do as listers. We hit the wrong button. If there's a setting, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something I was really, really upset about. And you always have to check with eBay is when they do updates or they have changes, they opt you in. I talked about this the other night, and I'm going to talk about it one more time because I did more research this week. And I used to be a big international seller, especially when I had stuff like electronics and I had like my dad's camera equipment and I have some of his vintage radio and television equipment here. I used to be a big international seller. China, Japan, they loved his camera lenses. They loved a lot of that stuff. But I shipped internationally myself, right? I did it myself. Then when they came out with international shipping under the eBay policy, they let you still do that, but you could opt in and just do it with them. At some point, they got rid of self-listing or whatever you want to call on your own. I opted out of both Robbie and my store of international shipping completely approximately a year ago. I'm going to say approximately a year ago. I just felt we didn't have enough international sales, and we kind of got down to doing basic stuff like the ephemera, with the magazines, the records, and clothing. So I said, yeah, I'm not losing that much international selling by doing international sales. I'm just going to opt out of it completely. Well, Robbie recently, and some of you know that, he recently had a ding for listing Levi's on the international platform. And I'm like, so they hid the listings. I don't know why, because we didn't opt in. But then I went into my store and I went into his store and I had to opt out again. Not sure what that was all about. Not really sure why that happened. But I opted out of it again because I really don't know how. All right, let me read. I see a bunch of you doing. I'm selling 12 to 30 items per week. Jenny says 6,700 listings, sell about 95 a week. Awesome. I have no rhyme or reason for sales. I average about 20 sales a week, but have not hit that since our move. I have just gotten back to 3 to 4 a day in the last week and dropped back to 0 sales. I don't care. Cindy, you just got to keep going. You just got to play around with it. Between our 3 stores, about 3,100 listings. Are you active in all 3 stores as well, right? Are you listing in all 3 stores? Do yourself a favor and try to get your inventory done, because moving for whatever reason will play a poor role in that as well. Real beauty. I had that happening to me and called eBay and I had to change it in my account listing. It was a nightmare for a short period of time. All right. So Gloria maybe had something going on. Find out about that. Swamp says, I sent to Japan and Italy on Friday. All right, but correct me if I'm wrong, Glenn. I believe you sell bicycle parts and stuff like that does sell internationally. I don't sell equipment and things like that. I think equipment, whether it be electronics, the bicycle parts, maybe even down to Garmin's and GPSs and printers and or printing equipment sells much better internationally. I don't sell a lot of that stuff, although Robbie is about to list some ink because we got rid of a printer that I have ink for. I probably should offer it to somebody in here who might have the printer, but if anybody needs ink, let me know. I'll let you know which ink cartridges they are. I don't remember, honestly. Adam, you have 300,000 listings? Wow. That's awesome. That was a shocking to hear about Levi's ding. Yes, it has something to do with international shipping. I think it was from Europe or something. You know, EU is following the Germany, and I don't adhere to any of that packaging German stuff, so I don't want to be dinged with any of that stuff. I just rather just sell right here, right now. Wow, Adam, have you checked prices lately? Yes, Gloria, had to cancel 3 orders this year because of it, right? So again, that's going to ding your store and push you down in the algorithm. Now, we've talked about ways to avoid that, right? So sometimes, let's just say you sell this iPhone and you have in the description, iPhone, I don't know, what is this? I don't even know. I have no idea anything about iPhones. I barely know what I have. Is this a 9, a 12? I have no idea. I would have to look on here and even see I don't know what it is. But anyway, if I, for some reason, didn't have this, but I had another iPhone, or I sold this pair of scissors and I had no more maroon left, but I had an orange or blue or something, I would literally message the customer and say, hey, I'm so sorry. I realize that the scissors are listed as maroon. I have a pair of blue or a pair of yellow. Would you be interested in those, or would you just like to cancel your order? Opening up the door to push the button, customer asked to cancel the order. Now, you can't always do that, but there is a possibility if you you have similar items, you could possibly do it. Like if I have a railroad magazine that's July 1986, and maybe I have June 86 or July 87 or something, I could potentially ask the customer, would you like to choose a different magazine? Or even if you see a higher magazine, I'd be happy to offer it at the same price, so as to open the window, number 1, that I ship to the customer, or number 2, the buyer cancels. I saw a post this weekend of somebody who actually bought something and the buyer canceled on them as customer requested to cancel, and the buyer did not cancel it, and the buyer was very confused. This was on one of the Facebook eBay groups. So I was surprised as them being in the group because I thought they were all eBay sellers, and maybe they are and they just knew nothing of this. But a lot of people told them this story about, not giving them a negative feedback or not calling them out or calling eBay. They probably did it so as not to have a ding against their account. It doesn't work all the time. You will get your complainers or people that just won't, go by that. But it is a way out. Yes, long tail stuff, you got to be married to long tail stuff. So clothes obviously are not necessarily going to be long tail unless they're, specific, size 2 petite maybe, or a size 22 tall. I don't know. There are certain things that will potentially be long tail. Active in all 3 stores. I use schedule fee and a lifesaver. I did get a Poshmark sale. Awesome. Yes, motocross parts, right, Glenn? I think stuff like that sells well internationally, and if I was selling that stuff, I would definitely revisit. Yes. So $40 to $300 records, they are going to be long tail, because I'm not going to buy a $300 record by Frankie Valli. He's not in my wheelhouse, right? Potentially. But if Adam's got a $200 first pressing of Depeche Mode, who some of you may not even know, in the yellow or whatever, I may buy that. But I'm one in how many people? So a lot of that stuff does tend to be long tail, and you just have to be patient. Some people don't want to be patient. They bring that stuff over to YouTube. And bring that stuff over to YouTube or Whatnot. Adam does both. He does Whatnot and YouTube. I think you're still doing both, Adam. I haven't popped in a while. Please excuse me. But he may reduce the price a little bit because we are friends over here. And, he may say, now I got it listed over on eBay for $200. Let me offer it out for $100. He gives the community a chance. He gives, maybe somebody a window of something that may or may not be the right, guess who just peeked through, may or may not be the right fit, or they may want to buy it for $100 and take their long tail chance for the $200 buy, possibly. I don't know, or maybe $100 is where it is today. It was $200 value a year ago. The market has tanked a little bit, and that happens too. That happens in a big collectible community. If you guys are listing comic books, sports cards, records, things like that, things trend. Do you guys remember pandemic puzzles and cross stitch and all that stuff that people were doing at home was trending? Now you can't even get $8 for a puzzle. We were getting $18, sometimes $30 for a puzzle. So things trend on and off. Artwork, sometimes they trend. I know it for myself, right? Artwork has an up and down. If you want to wait to get that $1,000 buyer for your lithograph like I do, then I will leave it up and listed for the right buyer to come along. If I don't, I'll offer out to somebody else who's willing to let the right buyer come along. Or I'll sell it to somebody who wants it for personal use, maybe isn't even going to resell it and split the difference. Maybe. I don't know. Just saying. Adam says 14. Adam, that was the sales you had this week? How does that work? Germany, EU, etc. With the new opt-in that eBay is doing, Puerto Rico is being sent in. I saw that yesterday, Cindy. I'm annoyed at that. Why is that international shipping? It's a U.S. territory. So what are they going to do? Opt in Samoa and the other, what's the other one? Lost them off the top of my head. But some of those islands are U.S. territories. I don't know. I don't know why. Hi, Sue. Good morning. Welcome in. Ask if they want something else. Right to your customer, ask to cancel. Yeah, if you can do it, great. If you can't, you can't. Now, Jenny, you do a lot that I remember.
I'm back.
All right, Robbie's back. No, Dad just peeked his head out. He's finally up. So some of you, at the end of the day, sell things like Jenny's got a whole store full of media. It's video games, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS, all of the media stuff. I mean, she has other stuff, but that's a big part of her 6,700 listings that she said she has. So if she sells, let's just say, a Mickey Mouse DVD, maybe she has another Mickey Mouse DVD, or maybe she has the same one on Blu-ray that she's got for a little bit more. But in order to get the sale, she might say, hey, I don't have the VHS or I don't have the DVD, but I have the Blu-ray, or I'm willing to let it go for the same price if you want it. That will help her save on a ding to her store. So again, that's just something. I had one just recently where that happened. I sent another pair the same size, but not capris, not shorts, and also refunded them. I got the highest praise and feedback. Don't normally do that. All right, I'm not saying refund them, but yeah, if you can work that out. Like we because of the Sears buy, we have a lot of stuff that's in different sizes and different colors. And I just had a woman on Robbie's store. I'm actually kind of annoyed. We just got it back. As a matter of fact, they're right here. We got this return, and it's a Land's End, size 4. And she said that it wasn't beige. It was, I don't know, what color did she say it was? It was light stone, because it does say light stone on the, it says light stone on the thing. All right, so Robbie put beige. But she said, and there's a stain on the pants. Now, I don't know if she thought she wasn't going to get a refund or whatever, if she didn't say there was a defect, because she did it as an INAD. There is nothing wrong with these pants, and they're light. So you would say, oh yeah, probably. I have checked these, and she sent pictures. I don't see any stains on these pants. I have checked them. Robbie checked them. The only difference is the fact that these said light stone, and we listed them as beige. Was that Robbie's fault? Potentially. There was a picture of the tag, but I'm not going to call the customer out. That's all they needed to say. They didn't have to lie and said there was a stain on the pants, because there is no stain. I do free returns. We took the pants back. We're going to relist them, but I don't know now if I can relist them, because I haven't had an INAD in so long. Knock on wood. Have any wood here? Okay. Sometimes they don't let you relist for free under certain circumstances. So there is no stain on those pants. I would have sent her the right color, but I didn't have them. But sometimes I do the beige color, right? Just have her send them back. I'll send you the beige ones. It is what it is. Or Depeche Mode 101. You can also refund the buyer, and you aren't canceling. Yes. You don't get paid on whatnot till your items are delivered. Yes. So that's something else we can talk about. So at the end of the day, Whatnot does not pay you on your sales until you have 1,000 sales, not 1,000 followers like some people think, not 1,000 comments or whatever. Until you have 1,000 items sold, you get paid upon printing of the label. So you have to wait until the item is delivered plus 3 days. It's kind of like a Poshmark or Macari. Which one does that, or both? I forget. One of them you have to wait. I think it's Poshmark. You have to wait 3 days until the buyer gets the item, or they confirm the shipping, because sometimes buyers don't leave feedback. But yes, you have to wait, Rachel, until you have 1,000 sales. Once you have 1,000 sales, then you get paid almost immediately. Literally, you can print the label after your show, and you will get paid after your show. I used to do that all the time on my record show in the morning, even on a Sunday. Robbie would just pack them up. All the labels would print, and we would get paid on a Sunday. So how do you know what's trending? That's a great question. I have an iPhone T, says Adam. Thanks, Adam. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to do it. Number one, you can go on eBay and look at completed sales, and you can see, sometimes you can see trending stuff on the higher platforms. Like if Real Beauty, you're selling on Whatnot now, you can kind of see who's selling, who's not selling. Like jewelry was really trending, but now jewelry has kind of tapered off. High-end jewelry like gold and silver, to me, always trending a little more obviously on gold and silver because the prices, but you just have to follow those things. At the end of the day, there's research involved. You have to do your homework. You have to watch a couple of Whatnot shows. You have to watch a couple of eBay sellers, watch some of the videos, see who's having success in, when you go to something you have, let's just go back to the pair of scissors again, right? Let's just look at these scissors. So I'm getting ready to list these scissors. What am I going to look at? I'm going to look at eBay listed and eBay sales. I want to look at listed as well, because that's going to tell me a sell-through rate. How many of the listed items are actually selling? So I could have 100 of these listed, but the sell-through rate in the last 90 days could be 100. Oh my God, it's 100% sell-through rate. I'm listing these scissors right away. And I might actually consider putting the price up $1 or $2, because if people really want them, they're going to sell them. Now I'll go back to Adam. And Adam, I don't mean to call you out, but he's got a $300 record listed, right? So we're going to look at the group. We're going to look at, are they touring right now? Do they have a concert going on right now? Did the artist just die? I will tell you this, with music, movies, and things like that, someone passes away, and I know it sounds morbid, but the minute, and we've all seen it, right? Michael Jackson died. Thriller albums were selling like, now you can't give a Thriller album away, but that's what happens. So you have to look at those things. You have to look at it in the news. We have a big election coming up. Biden stuff selling, Trump stuff selling, all kinds of stuff selling when you have specific things like that happening. And then what's happening in the world? Take a look at globally, even like, I don't know what globally might be going on right now. Like maybe a Russian descent or of Vladimir Putin. I don't know. I mean, like certain things. Oh, I just blanked out again. You got to look at a lot of things. It does take time. It is time consuming. And I know some of you are not full-time resellers. Some of you are not full-time eBay sellers. Some of you don't like Whatnot. You don't go on Whatnot. Some of you don't do auctions. You don't like auctions, whatever the case may be. But for whatever your platform is, you really have to look. Now, that being said, there are anomalies. There are one-off situations where if it's not listed and you don't see it anywhere, it could be a hot item or it could just be a dud. And those things go either way. My father's got a lot of equipment here of stuff that we can't find one listing for because potentially maybe it doesn't exist, or potentially it may be a paperweight. He has an oscilloscope here from 30, whenever the first oscilloscope came out. We haven't listed it yet. The thing weighs probably 100 pounds. I don't know. We haven't weighed it yet either. The thing should go in the Smithsonian. My father thinks it's going to sell for crazy, crazy money. We may not be able to give it away. I have no idea. We'll see. Sometimes stuff like that could sell because it's a movie prop. Think about that as well. And if you think that could be a movie prop, and I'll give you an idea, since I can move around in the garage, I'm going to show you. It's actually sitting on the shelf over here. It's upside down. Okay. But here it is. It's actually upside down because we probably could only get it in there. Made in the USA, this big, tremendous thing. See, he's got another one over here. But at the end of the day, we've sold a ton of these machines. He's got a bunch of them here, and some of them we haven't listed yet. Put in the listing description, movie prop. Hollywood does buy this stuff, and sometimes they have a budget, and their budget is way above what you even want to list this thing for. So it'll sell in a heartbeat. That's another way to look at certain things. Old books. That's how I used to sell old books. Like, I don't know, this June Platt cookbook may not be of any interest to anybody, but because of the antiquarian, which is just old and vintage, part of this book, let's see, this book is 1958. It might be a book club edition. Who knows? I don't even know. But Hollywood and sometimes just local movie places and things like that, they just need some plethora of books to put on a shelf to shoot a scene, attorney books, law books, things like that. I sold a set of law books that I got for free, literally, when I was doing books, because they needed it for the back of their props in the city. That's what they needed it for. It was actually, I don't think it was a movie. I think it was a play. I believe it was a play. And that's what they bought them for. Hey, you never know with stuff like that. You just never know. I'm a little behind on comments. Please, whoops. I'm sorry, guys. I'm 20. What is Adam saying? How come I can't? I'm 22 sales away from 1,000 on Whatnot. All right, Adam. All right. We'll try to get you there, Adam. If you guys are over on Whatnot and you like records. T, can you explain the scheduling feature to Gloria, please? Yes, absolutely. I'll maybe even share my screen. Posh waits for delivery. Yeah, I thought so. Or the buyer rating you, right? 3 days after, or the buyer. All right, Cindy. Cindy, if you're still here, I don't know if you left already. She's got to run, but I will take a look at your email and answer it. I have been watching whole-plated Zelle for ridiculous, gold-plated. I know. Another question: how do you get more viewers on YouTube in your? Other question, how do you get more viewers on YouTube and in your source? Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you this, Rachel, from experience. And you probably could ask Donna this as well. Donna, I think, has double the amount. I'm not even sure what she's up to. I think she's up to 10 or 12,000 on Whatnot. She doesn't have that on YouTube. She never did. And unfortunately, her and I have lost a bunch of subscribers here on YouTube. Well, she's not doing YouTube anymore. And some people are just not liking my new content on YouTube. And that's fine. But you are never going to get the same viewers on different platforms. So kudos to Donna for getting 10 or 12,000 over on Whatnot, because I can tell you it's not her 5,000 or 8. I think she had 8,000 here on YouTube. It's not 8,000 plus another 4 over on Whatnot. It's probably 400 or 500 YouTubers plus another 10,000 other people. People over here on YouTube, a lot of them don't like Whatnot for whatever reason. I don't like it because I like the intimacy of YouTube. I feel like you guys could come in my show when you want. You guys can pop up and even come on my panel. I can talk to you a lot better. I just feel like this platform's a little more intimate compared to Whatnot. I don't know why. It's just my feeling. A lot of people don't feel the same way I do, including Donna. Donna and I just, we parted ways here on YouTube. We haven't parted ways in any other aspect of it. I just don't go into her Whatnot a lot, and she doesn't come into my YouTube enough because we're kind of playing our own games now, which is fine. Everybody has to understand that that's, just the way we've decided to do things. I want to stay on YouTube. I want to be relevant here. I want to be present a purpose, and it may not even be reselling at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm trying new things. I'm doing things. I may not do auctions as much anymore on here, if I do them at all anymore. I haven't really decided. I need room. I am not renting another store. I need to sell all my eBay inventory, even to bring in, let's say, a truck full of a storage unit that I buy. So maybe that's not what I'm going to do. I sold many of my late son-in-law's albums, and it was a learning experience about what press was it, who pressed it, etc. There were even gold LPs. It was fun to learn. Yes, Gloria, and I'm going to say this to everybody. If you are selling 400 different things on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari or whatever, example, you're selling clothes, you're selling books, you're selling scissors, you're selling vintage, you're selling collectibles, you're selling ephemera, or whatever it might be, you have to understand that your sales are going to be, number one, they're going to be different than everybody else. And number two, you are not the expert. I'm going to call everybody out that there is no way that you can have 400 different selling items on your platform and be the expert. You can't. There's no way. Unless you have been doing this. Listen, I'm doing this since 1999. Okay. What year is it? 2024. So almost 25 years I've been selling on eBay when it turned to eBay. I can't even remember what the other platform was called. That's how long ago it's been. I am not an expert in anything. I know Murano glass. I know books. I know about everything there is to know about a book, whether it's a book club, whether it's a first printing, whether it's a fifth printing, whether it's an original, not an original. I know a lot about books because glass and books were my very first kind of niches on eBay. That's all I sold. I sold 10,000 books in a year. That's what I did. I sold 100 pieces of glass in a month. I sold Zeiss camera lenses. I got to be an expert for two reasons. Number one, they were my dad. So he used to tell me. I sold to guys in Japan and the UK and to China and to all of those international platforms. I got to be good at international selling. I got to know what they liked, what they didn't like. I got to do other things as well. But I'm not an expert in scissors. I'm not an expert in, I don't know. Let me just grab something here. I'm not an expert in recyclable bags. Like, I'm not an expert in vintage staplers. I just don't know enough about every single topic. So you guys, you have to make the decision about, are you going to become an expert in a specific thing? And if you do, then you're going to be the person that somebody's going to come to buy their items. Record Crate says, Adam says, check reverb for the oscilloscope. And I will. Andrea, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Yes, there are buyers from museums and movie shoots. I sold bricks for a museum being built to honor President Lincoln. The bricks were made when he stopped in the community. Gloria says, I'm one of those people who do not like whatnot, right? We're going to all be crazy that people will pay on whatnot for certain. Yeah, and that happens too, Jenny. You know, I'm not one of those sellers. People are not buying from me just to buy from T. They buy from T for a reason. Yes, Andrea, right? Book props, decor, junk journals, put the title or decorative cover will help sell instead of the content. 100%. Absolutely. Jim, what's going on? Oh, well, we're going to do Saturdays right now. And I've been doing some listing parties on Thursday night, and I've been doing some other content. So check it out. I've been trying to do content a couple of times a week on YouTube here because I still love this platform and I'm not leaving it. But thanks for coming in. I do appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And again, at the end of the day, we just have to pick and choose what sometimes, unfortunately, we get in the habit. It's what we like. Sometimes we just want to sell what can sell. I got in the habit for a long time of books, but then my books were just getting like bogged down. And I told you guys before, Casey, Rockstar Flipper, he had to tell me, T, enough with the books. Like, if you want to start branching out, you gotta purge the books. And I do a few books here and there. I haven't found any real good vintage books. I have one or two laying around. I have one or two Bibles laying around. I have a couple of things that either aren't listed or I'm holding out, or maybe they're listed. I'm not even sure anymore. Another reason why I have to do inventory, because I have to figure that out. And there are a few items that I hold off on until I do some major research on, including books, because if I can't find one, I have one right now that is really frustrating me to no end. It's been frustrating me for years. Can't find anything about this book. And I just feel like this book it's a rarity. I just have this special feeling about this book. So those things I just wait to list. And when I list them high, take offers, whatever. I almost don't think you can be totally niche seller on eBay in order to make even close to a full-time living. You need to branch out. Yes, that wasn't my kind of direction I was going, Jenny. My direction that I was going was kind of more like, you either going to sell it all and accept the fact that you're not an expert in everything and you cannot find everything about everything because there's not enough hours in the day. That's why I joke about things that I don't list, that I can't find enough stuff about, and they're just sitting here. And there are things that, that are simple stuff, like my railroad magazines. Well, you know what? Everybody knows what in November, but I don't know enough about trains to start saying, hey, there's a story in here about the O-gauge Ohio locomotive. Some people, buy it for that reason. And maybe if I was more in tune to what that is, I would talk about an article, because it was funny the other day. Some guy did buy a railroad magazine and we thought we couldn't find it. And Rob says, oh, but it says this about the magazine, but it's not on the cover. And it wasn't on the cover, but it was a popular story in the magazine, which is probably what led the buyer to buy that magazine, was because of the story there. And that story was listed. He probably sold similar from somebody else's listing. And that's what they had in their description, and that's what sold the magazine. Pam, Flippin' Hot Finds. Good morning. Good morning. I love to sell media, but have branched out in a ton of areas. Yeah, you just can't be an expert on everything. And at the end of the day, everybody who lists, if you're being the expert on everything, you're really not. That being said, we have some experts in the chat. I know, Jenny, you probably know everything there is to know about a Blu-ray, a DVD, a VHS. Adam knows everything there is probably to know about records, first printing. Same thing with me with books. Is it first edition, first printing? How to read a number line. Some of you may not even know what a number line is. And, foxing and certain terms that go with antiquarian and collectible books. What's antiquarian, right? These are all questions that, as an expert in a specific field, you get to know. Speaking of experts, just a shout out to my girl, Pam, since she's in the chat. There's her awesome logo that she did for me on a shirt that Junebug made for Robbie and I. Thank you again, Pam. She's always awesome. With helping out the channel. So please help out my friend Flippin' Hot Finds and go give her some business if you need logos, if you need an eBay banner, if you need a Whatnot banner, if you need a YouTube banner, go hit her up. She loves designing. She's good at it. She's also the one that provides all of the photographs. She's a great photographer as well. Wait, let's see it. I was blurry. I was? Oh, God, I'm sorry. I was blurry. That means my internet's still giving me issues. Sorry. All right. There it is. There it is. Was it blurry that time? I hope not. At the end of the day, you guys need a brand. A brand is important. That's my brand for the ice cream truck. That is my brand. I have made flyers with that brand on there. I have magnets coming with that brand on there. And that is the brand. It does look great, right? I like it on the white. I do like it on the white. The problem is when you're dealing with ice cream and being in a truck all day sweating, white's not the best thing, but it is what it is. That's anyway, guys, if you do need a brand, you need a logo, you need something for your YouTube store, your eBay store, your Poshmark store, Macari, whatnot, whatever it might be, Flippin' Hot Finds is the gal. Go and hit her up. Pam, drop your email, drop your links in the chat. I'm trying to remember to put it into my YouTube videos, and I will do that. We will be live on Thursday again for our listing party every Thursday, 7 p.m. Listing in the closet with tea. That's what I'm going to start calling it. And that doesn't mean you should wait till Thursday to list, guys. Remember, there's no such thing as summer slowdown if you're listing every day. If you're doing inventory, I can do a gray one if you want. I have one. Oh, June, I'm not asking for another one, sweetheart. It's just white. This one has to go in the wash already. We wore it on 4th of July, and, you know, I kind of got it dirty. I'm not the most graceful person in the world, so I don't know what happened. I bumped into something. All right, Jenny. Yes, we're going to go as well. Well, thank you guys for coming in. We will see you on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Look for a short from me and or a video from me. I'll put something up this week, and we'll see you all on the next one. Rachel's got a live. If you guys want to have go to a YouTube sale, go see Real Beauty today at 12 noon Eastern and pop in. We appreciate it. Thank you for, yes, you guys drop your stores, drop your eBay stores, your whatnot, your YouTube, whatever you want to do. Perfect timing to go in, and please hit the 3 dots next to everybody's channel. That will also bring you over to their channel. There's nothing to say that at some time somebody won't want to go live on their channel and get some people. Have a great day, guys, and we'll see you on Thursday.